Every step you take builds a better you.
Hi, welcome back. This is Sharon Lee. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, a life coach, and a personal trainer who offers services all outside of nature. One of the things that I specialize in is dealing with adults with ADHD and children with ADHD, or people who have symptoms that ADHD people have. And today I'm here to talk about the main symptom that people with ADHD have, and that is procrastination. You might also realize that there's a lot of other people that procrastinate. Your kids might procrastinate, you might procrastinate. Everybody procrastinates at one time or another. I classify procrastination as doing anything else besides the task that you set out to do. And for the ADHD person, I think that it's a complete double-edged sword, because what it does is it gives you a heck of a lot more focus when you wait at the last minute to do a task. And for the ADHD person, it's going to kick-start you into hyper-focus so that you're able to work super long hours without knowing it, without fatigue, just jet-locked on this problem. So I wanted to take a look at identifying what you procrastinate on, because it is such a double-edged sword. I've taught an adult ADHD class for Kaiser Permanente for 15 years, and one of the things that I realized about it is that people weren't willing to do stuff about it sometimes because it benefited them too much to procrastinate. And so I'd like to take a look at the cost of procrastination and the benefits of procrastination, some tips on changing it, and how you can support the changes and reward it. So I invite you to listen to the video, try out one thing that you've been procrastinating on, and try these techniques out on it so that you can do it better, and to like the video. So one of the first things that I do with my classes or with my clients, I ask them, well, what do you procrastinate on? I want them to brainstorm a list of everything that they procrastinate on so that they know what task they do it with. So most people would say, I procrastinate on doing my taxes, if I had a paper to write, if I had a big overwhelming task at work that I had never done before, that I felt intimidated about, something where I had really high expectations. I wanted it to be perfect, but I just didn't think that I had the skill set to do it. Those are the type of things that people procrastinate on. And then I would have people brainstorm, well, what do you do instead? I had people definitely watching TV, surfing the internet. I'm a cleaner. I can tell you that in grad school, if I had a paper due, I would clean my whole room and the bathroom and the toilet before I started doing my writing, and that's how I procrastinated. So it's like, what do you do instead of doing what you're supposed to do, and what do you procrastinate on? So just like I said earlier, there's a lot of benefits for procrastination. It can get you into hyper-focus mode. It can help you focus more. I think another really good benefit is that you can say that, oh, well, you know, it's not that good because I stayed up all night to do it. So if you are a perfectionist and everything needs to be perfection or perfect, you can use that as an excuse that you stayed up all night doing it, and that's why it's not as good as it could have been if you worked on it the whole time. The downfall of procrastination, you want to take a look at the cost. What does it cost you? Most of my clients will say that it costs you quality time with your family. It costs you relationships. Usually people get really snippy with people because they haven't eaten and they've been just focusing on doing their task. If you've ever communicated with somebody who's hyper-focused, they're not very pleasant to be around. It's really hard to stop them in the process of doing something. So it really costs them their health, their relationships with other people, and just quality of life goes down. So that's what people really come to when they look at the cost of procrastination. How can you change procrastination? I have some great tools and techniques for you. One is the 10-minute rule. I love the 10-minute rule, and we use this as a way to talk yourself into doing something that is unattractive and you don't want to do. You say, well, what I'm going to do, I don't really want to do this, but I'm just going to set my timer on my watch for 10 minutes, and then I'm going to do the task. Now with 10 minutes, you realize that you're probably not going to get the whole thing done, but what happens is it gets you started, and usually that's the hardest part of procrastination, is getting started. So once we get the ball rolling, you're probably pretty good. It's this 10-minute rule. When you don't want to do something, hit the timer for 10 minutes, make yourself sit down there and do it. And then when 10 minutes is up, you can renegotiate with yourself. Do I do another 10 minutes? Or you said only 10 minutes, that's it, I'm done for today, or I'm done for this moment. Another thing you can do is the 2-minute rule, and I'm going to reset my timer on my watch for this. Cancel, pause, reset to 2 minutes. I guess in reality you wouldn't really set a timer for 2 minutes, because the 2-minute rule is from the book Getting Things Done, and he says that if something takes 2 minutes or less, just do it. But I have something that I add on to that, and that is just do it, except when you're procrastinating. When you're procrastinating and you sit down and set the timer for 10 minutes to do the task, I guarantee you'll think of a million 2-minute rule things to do. Oh, I need a glass of water, I need to go to the fridge, I need to go to the bathroom, whatever it is, you'll think about it, and you're going to tell yourself, no, my bum's not leaving the chair. I set my timer for 10 minutes. I'll write a note to myself and remind myself that's what I want to do, but right now, boom, I'm just focusing on my task. So we have the 10-minute rule, the 2-minute rule, and the last piece here is delegate. Do whatever you can to take it off your to-do list. Have your kids do it, have your partner do it, delegate it to somebody at work, hire it out, do something to lighten your load, because we know that if you're overwhelmed, if you're doing too much, if you're not saying no to commitments, if you're overloaded, you will procrastinate, because procrastination has to do with you feeling overwhelmed by something. The third thing, and this is probably the most helpful for my clients, they think it's super simple, and that is breaking down a task. When we're overwhelmed, we will procrastinate. It's a no-brainer. So what we're going to do is we're going to break down a task. So what we're going to have is one small step that you want to do. And on the back of that card, you ask yourself, is this overwhelming? If it's overwhelming, you're going to break it down more so it's not overwhelming. And then you ask yourself, is it doable? Will you do it? If you say no, I won't do it, you're going to break the task down more so that you will do it. So let me give you an example. A lot of times in the classes that I teach, a lot of times people have problems collecting things. So this is with a client that I was working with who had their kitchen counters loaded with stuff. That's just where their dumping zone was. And they couldn't even cook or do anything in their kitchen because it was just like so cluttered with items. And they couldn't make a dent in cleaning it because they just got so overwhelmed they procrastinated and watched TV and did other things instead. So this is an example of something that we put together for them to help break down the task. So boom, I had a 3x5 card. I named the top one. It says clean kitchen counters. Step 1, can you determine a starting place and a stopping place? Can you do that? Person said, yeah, I can do that. Will you do it? Yeah, I can do it. Step 2, have 2 rags, a wet rag and a dry rag, and a spray bottle. Can you do that? Yeah, I can do that. I'm not overwhelmed by that. Step 3, get 6 bags. Can you get 6 bags? Plastic bags, garbage bags. Get 6 bags. Can you do that? Sure, I can do that. All right, step number 4, label the bags. You need a trash bag or recycle, a other location bag, a giveaway bag, a fix-it bag, and maybe bag. I might need this. I might get rid of it. Can you just label the bags? Can you do that? Yeah, totally doable. All right, can you set the timer for 10 minutes? Can you set the timer for 10 minutes? Boom. All right, can you start putting the items into the different bags for 10 minutes? Boom, timer goes off, or you're done with that predetermined area. Can you make a note of what you're going to do next? Can you do that? Is it doable? Are you overwhelmed? So that would be an example of breaking down the task of cleaning off your kitchen counter. I've also worked with kids on how to break down school assignments to make it more usable. The technique is that you need to use one piece of paper here, because if you have a to-do list or Excel problem or sheet, I should say, that it's too much information for your brain and it overwhelms you. So by separating each task on a 3x5 card, a sheet of paper, or a Word document, it helps lower your level of anxiety, making it more doable. And last but not least, you need to reward yourself for not procrastinating. And I know it sounds really weird, but I've been working with a lot of folks. So when we're talking about people that procrastinate, I usually do whatever it is that they do instead of the task. I bring that in as the reward, and we do 80% of the task at 20% of the play. And this is something that I coach parents to do with their children as well in regards to homework. It's just super effective. It's super effective for brain functioning and the amount of time that you can focus and have quality work done. So that's something that you can do. And another thing is that you need to reward it yourself with positive self-talk. You need to have things that you say to yourself to help coach yourself through the behavior. I love progress, not perfection. I only have to do 20% here. I love some is better than none, and I also love better late than never. I think those are great things that you can use to take the anxiety edge off so that you can get it done. Thanks for listening. I just really think that these tools really help you be a better person and build better habits in your life. Like my video, write some comments in regards to what you do to change your habits and reduce procrastination. Thanks, we'll see you next time.
Remember, every step you take builds a better you.